Man, something has definitely changed around us, my friends. This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well. It does feel kind of like we've been living in the Twilight Zone for a while now. People have noticed animals they didn't know existed, and they think it's a Mandela effect. I even saw Andrew Wilson. I should pull that up. Andrew Wilson talking about it. Well, he's the guy that essentially debates with feminists, right? He's talking about Mandela effect. I saw the tweet the other day. Let's see if we can pull it up real quick. Yeah, here we are. We're not going to be talking about this per se. We're actually going to show you a rather curious video of frozen animals and other bizarre things going on around us. Trees exploding, and that's just barely getting started. We got some other weird things. Ghost ships showing up. Weird things in the sky. Everyone keeps recording. But here we have something where Andrew Wilson said, I'm 1000% sure the Mandela effect is real. This fucking thing didn't exist on my proper timeline before the shift. Ain't no way. Neither did beefalo. That shit's just made up. Yeah, I saw this and I thought it was a weird animal. I didn't remember seeing this when I was younger. It's bizarre, right? Let's look at the beefalo, right? I've heard of the beefalo. I think I heard of that. What is a beefalo? A beefalo? What the hell is a beefalo, right? Constitutes a hybrid offspring of domestic cattle with an American bison. I mean, it does make sense. It's kind of like a liger, right? A lion and a tiger, a liger, a beefalo is a buffalo and a cow. I mean, I don't know if it existed. I never paid attention to something like that. So, but yeah, here we have frozen animals. Meanwhile, in America, this is really sad. Multiple clips now of deer and other animals actually being frozen mid-stride. So, usually you need something like negative 30 to 40, in the negative 30s plus to see something like this. And we had, of course, this weird winter storm, which some are wondering about. Is it, of course, natural? It's a good question. Or is it just, it was natural, but then it was amplified? Made it a little bit more than what it would have been naturally in a standard situation. We had, of course, this forum meeting recently where they were discussing this. I already covered it on this channel. They were literally caught on mic saying that this stuff exists, that we do clearly modify it. We're talking, of course, the weather. And they had multiple businesses. They were talking about what their business does when it comes to that. And they were talking about like it was completely normal. While they tell us this stuff don't exist whatsoever. Kind of strange. That was happening at the exact same time. That meeting over there in Davos. The exact same time that was happening, we had a massive winter storm in the southern eastern part of the United States. And then we had animals freezing mid-stride, which, of course, is something you might see in, like, Greenland or maybe like Russia or something at the northern parts, right? And so I was like looking around at various videos. I found a lot of really bizarre videos. We're going to get into actually a number of them. We have trees exploding. And, for a while, at first, a lot of people were just thinking these were Sora AI videos, but actually, no, a lot of them are real. And actually, I'm going to get into that. We're going to get into also some other very bizarre things. We got lizards, iguanas being frozen. We got this one here. I'm going to show you this video of several animals frozen standing up, all in the same area. Really weird. Then we got weird stuff with the clouds. We got some weird ghost ship and much more. First of all, I got to mention food supply, 25-year shelf life. Link is in the description. You're going to definitely want to get this if you have not already. You see all the wonderful things happening around us, my friends. I'm being sarcastic, of course. 3 months of food supply, $400 of free winter preparedness gear, $798 for all of these items, including indoor heater in case your electricity went out. You could use some of the 6-hour canned heat and all the other items. They have water filtration included and much more. Go check it out. Link is in the description. This book here, The Lost Ways, How Your Great-Great-Grandfather Lived Without Electricity, How to Build a Cellar, Do Things Around the House as They Did in the Old Days. Hundreds of pages illustrated. You're going to definitely need that book before the power goes out. I keep having weird dreams. I don't know about you guys, but I've literally been having them almost every night of recent. And some of them are very prophetic, actually, which is interesting as well. I think we're in a very different time right now. And I feel like the devil has been trying to manipulate our reality, not just via, things put out in social media or on the news, but also literally in the case of the Mandela effect, for example, which of course came out exactly at the time when they fired up CERN for the first time, right? A lot of people have talked about this over the years. We've had scientists from CERN, 2 different ones, talking about how it could theoretically open portals. We had Stephen Hawking warning about it potentially destroying our entire universe because they are playing essentially God with what they're doing. Now, of course, they told us it's all about scientific research. They found things like the God particle. They had ghost particles that they found. It's like kind of weird how everything that's named is named a spiritual name. Ghost particles, God particle. You got a little false god in front of your device, and it's one that was known to be a destroyer. Not really a good sign, right? But perhaps this is the way. This has something to do with the whole thing, looking glass, if you've ever heard of that, where it was a project where they were trying to see the future. They had some sort of technology, and they couldn't change anything after 2012. Perhaps that's why this thing was fired up around then, because then they can manipulate in a different manner instead of trying to change things in the future by modifying things in the present. They were trying to change the future by modifying in a different way the present. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thought process going through all that. I'm not sure what to make of it. But we got so many weird things going on. Perhaps these animals didn't exist at one time in our past. I've seen a lot of weird things. I've talked about it before. Keanu Reeves. I could swear up and down that he was gay. I even saw articles on the internet from the late 90s. Because I was on the internet way back when it first got started. Well, not literally when it got started, but back around 96? I think I was on sort of the internet, which was essentially forums between colleges at that point in time. I remember arguing with atheists back then on there. I even made a website. I started making my first website, I think in 95, 96 on the internet. I still have a copy of it. I put it on my second oldest video website, godrules.net, which I started that one in 1998. And I worked on the internet from its very beginning. But I remember seeing articles so old, they're like 90s, on the internet, still around. I don't have it in front of me right now, but saying Keanu Reeves is gay and stuff. I'm like, dude, I knew I was right. Of course, if you ask anybody today, or if you look at the history, no, he never was. He never was. He was married to a woman. How is it I can find an article that says he was from the 90s on the internet? It's really bizarre, right? So I remember watching it on the TV. I remember even this one scene on the TV where he was at some, I don't remember. It was like some sort of, it was some Entertainment Tonight or something. And they were at some wedding, and then they talked about it. It was kind of weird. But I mean, did this animal exist back in the 90s for some people's timelines? I don't know. It's kind of weird to think about. Did exploding trees exist back then? So, of course, obviously that is a CCTV at home. But there's actually a lot of videos like this out there. There's tons of them. Here's another one. Check this one out. It's the bark, apparently, breaking on the tree. Very strange. And a lot of people showing stuff like this. Look at this. I mean, I don't remember. I mean, you know what? Like I said, I was in college at Michigan Tech. I remember hearing cracking sounds in the forest, but I never heard about anybody telling me that they were exploding trees. I went to college up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which gets extremely cold. There was one winter, it got to negative 37 degrees Fahrenheit for a short stint, and they actually canceled school. It was the first time in 20 years they had canceled it because it was so extreme. They're all very well equipped and prepared to deal with cold temperature up there. They got severe service equipment to deal with all the snow and everything, massive plows and stuff, but I don't remember ever seeing anything like this. I don't remember ever hearing about exploding trees, and I was literally living for 4 years in an area that would do this. But I do remember kind of hearing like crackling sounds in the winter in the forest, or, but I guess you could just say that's like branches breaking. Maybe that's not the same thing. I don't know. Maybe it was the same thing and I just didn't realize it. But I don't remember any of them exploding like this. I mean, what the hell is this? You have also falling iguanas. Apparently they fall off trees in Florida when they get too cold, which, I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? Then you have this one. This is a negative 52 Celsius. What is negative 52 Celsius compared to Fahrenheit? Let me go look. Celsius to Fahrenheit. Yeah, here we are. So let's put negative 52. What is negative 52, man? Oh my goodness, that's insane. That's crazy. So the most, like I said, I was in negative 37, but it was wind chill negative 52 Fahrenheit. This is negative 61. So maybe this is this, I'm guessing this is with the wind chill already added in. Because I can't imagine Russia actually gets to negative 52 without wind chill in Celsius. That's insane. Wait, what was that on the screen? Is that Kazakhstan? Okay, so I've actually been to this country. Yeah, I had an ex-wife from Kyrgyzstan. You might not believe that, but it's true. I have an ex-wife from Kyrgyzstan, which is a small country above China, related to the Mongolians, Genghis Khan. Kazakhstan's above it. This is where Russia's NASA program is, essentially. This has got to be wind chill. I can't imagine this is straight up temperature. Look at that, man. Oh, that sounds like a Kyrgyz talking. It's probably Kazakh. This is a Kazakh talking here. It's not in Russian. Yeah, this is a Kazakh talking. Kazakh is, like I said, they're like Kyrgyz and Kazakh. They're kind of like descendants of Genghis Khan, essentially. They have yurts and stuff, just like the nomadic life and stuff. Look at that dog, frozen. Yeah, he's speaking. He's not speaking Russian, that's for sure. Look at that, dude. His dog's frozen. Dogs are frozen, man. Just freaking standing there. I'm guessing that's negative 52 with wind chill, so it's probably like negative whatever, 40 or, without. That's insane, dude. That's just crazy cold. That's like at least 10 degrees colder than the closest I've been in. And I'm telling you, I was actually watching a show yesterday. Will Smith, he's got something where he's going around the world and stuff. And he was in Antarctica first. His first stop was in Antarctica. And even Antarctica doesn't even get this cold sometimes. I mean, it does in some cases, it does. But if you go in like the warmer season, it's actually better than this. But when I was in negative 37 degrees Fahrenheit with the wind chill, negative 52, your face instantly hurts the second you go outside. It's not, you don't even have to wait. It's just like, it feels like somebody's slapping you, or it feels kind of like, when you put hot water on your face, it burns or like has a stinging. It's the same idea, but it's freezing. It's like a sting from freezing cold air. So you got like an instant freezing, like sting on your face when you go out in this type of weather. And I'm guessing this is even colder than what I've been in, so this might even be worse. It might feel like literally like someone slapping you, or like imagine putting a piece of ice on your face. That's pretty much probably what it would feel like. The air feels like putting a piece of ice on your face. That's how cold it is. All right. So of course you got these animals freezing, and then we got this weird. What is going on with this clouds?
What the frick? What the actual frick am I, bro? What? I'm out door that shit. I turn around, bro. What the frick?
I've seen that before. It's rare.
Yo, what the frick?
That actually can happen, but it's extremely rare. Two different layers of laminar flow moving in the same direction. They're either different temperature or speed, both with different amounts of pressure, which mix, making turbulence. Billow cloud and billow cloud, oblique view. All right. So that's supposedly how it's working. That's how that happens. Now, then we got this here. A massive 100-foot ghost ship floated into Mokilteo terminal with nobody on board. Let's play this. See if we can get it on the screen a little bit better, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, boat crew for the next boat.
Very safe, thank you.
We got the Coast Guard coming or a towboat?
Got ghost ships, exploding trees, animals freezing, standing up. Lots of other weird things going on. They don't know. It's 100 foot long. I think it's a 100-foot ghost ship. Just floats right into the bay. Kind of interesting. Or the terminal, I mean. 100-foot crewless ghost boat drifts through ferry terminal. Mokilteo, Washington. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. A crewless ghost boat drifted through Mokilteo ferry terminal on December 11th, confusing employees at Washington State Ferries. A ghost boat is derelict vessel found adrift without a crew, creating hazards on the water and putting other boats at risk. According to Washington State Ferries Transport Service, posted wild video on social media to warn about the dangers of ghost boats and importance of navigational lights. I'm wondering what happened here. Some are saying it just floated off and came back or something, which doesn't, I don't know. I guess that's possible, right? But then there was something else that happened as well at the exact same time in the same exact area, according to James LaFleur. Check this out.
The official explanation is that it's a fishing boat that broke loose, but on that same day, something else happened. Something that also
En el centro hay como
I got the same video here. Let me play that real quick. Actually, I don't know if I can get it on the screen. Is this the same guy? I think it is.
2:12 AM, aquí en el Rosal, se presenta
Look at that. It's like several bars of light. With a
Aquí cerca de
circle.
Bogotá, señoras y señores, miren, 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 miren.
I can't understand Spanish, so with a halo around it.
Se está yendo. Ay, marica. Ahí se está. Mire, 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 mire. Se fue.
It's out of focus now. Let's go back here and how it
Se
looks.
presenta.
There you go. There it is. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars of light of some sort. There was also other footage that made it even more detailed. Let's see if he gets it on the screen. I think there's multiple videos he shows. Let's see what he shows here.
the same day a ghost ship pops up in the Pacific side in Washington state, hundreds of people witnessed this portal-like phenomenon in the sky 4,000 miles south in Bogota, Colombia.
Oh, that's weird. So it was in two places at the same time? That's so weird. So the same exact thing was seen in both places. Oh, that's weird. It's like a portal. Is it moving? No, it's not moving. Oh, this is crazy. It's got that sound like the those enemy ships on Tron. I don't know what's going on there. That's probably just some sound effects they added. Maybe they got it from Tron. I don't know. Yeah, so of course you have that going on. And so these two different locations, Washington State, and what was the other one? It was in South America. What did he say? Colombia? I don't remember what he said. Where was it at? Here it is.
Ship pops up in the Pacific side in Washington State. Hundreds of people witnessed this portal-like phenomenon in the sky, 4,000 miles south.
Yeah, in Colombia. So, in two different locations, the same sort of halo with weird lined object in the center, with also this ghost ship showing up at the exact same time. Very bizarre. Anyway, I'm kind of wondering what some of you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.